Thank you very much, David, for moderating that and for the remarks from Dan and from Andrew and Benita. And now we are moving on to our next session, and it's usually that is some of the most exciting parts of the Global Forum when we meet together in person. In the previous Global Fora, when we had that opportunity, and that is specifically the Excellence in Reporting Awards that we like to do every time that we convene the Global Forum. So we'll move in with that now before we move on then afterwards to the closing session. Allow me to share with you PowerPoint slides here. Let's see. I'm sure you see it now. There we go. So we continue with the 2020 recognition of excellence in reporting, and that's specifically for the sharing information on progress reports that many of you have spent countless of hours of compiling, and every time we have the Global Forum, we have also recognition of excellence in reporting. We have considered all the reports that have been submitted since the previous time that we reviewed in 2017, so that would include all reports between May 2017 and May 2020 now. I will like to thank very much to Giselle Weibrich, who has been working on the SIP Recognition Awards together with a peer review committee of 11 people who have been reviewing the reports and deciding on the best reports that we should highlight today to the Prime community. And I would like to point our attention importantly to the eligibility requirements for the reports to be considered for this award. As I mentioned, the submission period has been for the past 3 years, actually, since we didn't have a Global Forum last year. The reports from advanced signatories have been considered, and all the reports that were submitted on time were considered as well. So that means that reports that came out from basic signatories and reports that were submitted after the due date, or reports that or schools that requested extension for their submission past the deadline, they have not been considered. Most importantly, the reports that were sent to the peer review committee are those who fulfill the SIP policy requirements. So that's an important note to mention because some reports may be missing a letter from the highest executives and so on. So after the peer review process, we usually have in the Global Forum 3 categories. First-time reporters, that will be schools that have reported for the first time since they joined, so that will be recent signatories to Prime. We have non-first-time reporters, so that will be any school that have submitted a report at least once before this report was submitted. And then important to note here is that reports are recognized for quality of reporting and not as much for the quality of what is being reported. So without further ado, I think we should move on to the next category, to the first category, and that is the excellence in reporting in the first-time reporter. And this year, the strongest report identified by the peer review committee, it comes from Queen's Management School, Queen's University in Belfast, Northern Ireland. The school itself is rather new to Prime, joined in July 2017 and submitted their first report last year. They have been also part of the Prime Champion cycle for this year and next year. And the report clearly outlines what they're doing in relation to Prime at the business school. And it has its key strengths in key performance indicators introduced throughout the report, as well as the importance that the school is giving towards the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Let me just check here. Okay, yes, so I am on track. The next category, and congratulations to Queen's Management School. This is the best report that was highlighted from the peer review committee for the past couple of years. The next category is excellence in reporting, non-first-time reporters, but also it's important to mention that this year the reports that were submitted, that were reviewed and were highlighted as the top and the strongest reports were both in the same category as SDGs and non-first-time reporters. So we combined the two categories, and we have 3 schools to highlight today. The first school, Copenhagen Business School, again, this time they are presenting in 2019 a very strong sharing information on progress report. Copenhagen Business School, a signatory since 2008, also part of the Prime Champion cycle, continues to produce very strong SIP reports. This is their 5th SIP report, and it's also their first communication on engagement report after they have signed up also to the UN Global Compact. The report lays out an important resource for others that are using that may be using the report in the community of Copenhagen Business School. So they're using it externally and internally, importantly. And the reviewers of the report highlighted how every detail is aligned with the Prime principles and provide evidence to the work on responsible management education embedded in all areas at their school. Another key aspect of the report is that it includes the names and the contact details of those responsible for every project that is listed in the report. Those are key aspects of the report that makes it stand out from the rest of the reports that were submitted. Okay, next category the next school that is in this category highlighted is the Deakin University Faculty of Business and Law, their report from 2016-2018 that was submitted in 2018. This is also another very strong report coming out from Australia this time. The Faculty of Business and Law at Deakin University has been a Prime signatory since 2012 and a part of the Prime Champion cycle as well. I'm guessing there is no surprise that some of those reports and some of the schools that are highly engaged and submitting and investing a lot of resources and capacity are also trying to produce very strong reports. But some of the key features of this report, again, this is their 5th report, similar to Copenhagen Business School. The reviewers highlighted that Deakin's progress year over year is setting goals and achieving those goals, whether that's when it comes to implementing the SDGs into pedagogical tools, or when it comes to enhancement of research efforts on the part of the scholars. So they're putting great effort into that and reporting on the SDGs and on their Prime implementation throughout the report, as well as setting up goals. The review committee, the peer review committee, have put them very high on the list in the top 3 best SIP reports. And then we have one last report to highlight, and that is from Hanken School of Economics in Finland. Their last report that was submitted in 2018. Hanken School of Economics, it has been one of the first signatories to Prime. In 2008, they signed the principles. In their report, this is their 6th report, Hanken School of Economics celebrates 10 years of responsible management education. The report outlines the school's approach to embedding Prime, including an overview of institutional level commitments. It outlines previous goals, achievements, and progress of those goals, as well as future plans and key performance indicators in related to highlighted challenges that they're facing internally, but also things that they want to focus more on when it comes to embedding the Sustainable Development Goals. The peer review committee highlighted the report's clear evidence of continuous improvement and a team approach. And at Hanken, that's very evident, where a very good and very big group of faculty and academics and admin staff are working really closely together to push forward the principles and embed the principles across the institution. So that becomes very clear in their report. So these are the 3 reports in the non-first-time reporters that are also very strongly reporting on the SDGs and the efforts that they make to embed the SDGs into across their disciplines into their institution. And so with that, I want to congratulate all 4 reports. So that would be Hanken, Deakin University, Copenhagen Business School, and then Queen's Management School in Belfast, Northern Ireland. And congratulations to all four of you. This is a big undertaking. There is a lot of background work and looking into different criteria and which reports are covering the criteria and reviewing the reports and scorecards and back and forth between the peer review committee headed by Giselle Weibricht. Again, thank you very much, Giselle, for this work. And I hope that all of you who are with us on the line will be able to look up those reports. We might also share them right now in the chat function so that you can check out the reports and see why they were ranked so highly by the peer review committee. And with that, I would like to welcome back on stage Mette Morsing.